Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a short video today on why I think the traitors, and particularly Stephen for obvious reasons rather, needs to now murder Jessie. Her time has come. I love Jessie, I think she's a great player. I don't want her to go. But purely from the traitor's viewpoint, I think her time needs to have come up. Episode 8 ended with talk of murdering either Jessie, James, or Matthew. And for Stephen, it is a very hard choice. It can go either way for him. There's a variety of ways, two ways for each person that can go, depending on who he gets rid of. Um, but for me, there's a few reasons yeah, I'll speak properly. There's a few reasons Jessie needs to go. Every day that Jessie survives, she's going to come to this round table and talk about Stephen. She's going to bring up the cage. She's going to bring up the library, and all the evidence in her mind points to Stephen being a traitor. The Fiona fiasco, where he cried voting for her. There's several things that do point to Stephen. Now, she's not gonna stop doing this. As you can see here in the last episode, she was just going for him, and at the moment, she's the only one going for him. It astonishes me that the Harriet episode 7, no one's going for Rachel, but we'll talk about that another time. It's quite mind blowing. Um, Jesse's not going to stop at all, and Stephen is struggling. And we've just seen Sam leave, so that's another faithful gone. So that makes others in the castle like Jack, Faraz, other faithfuls, Ellie. More and more, they then may suspect Stephen after every breakfast where he's turning up. It's very hard when you're accused in this game to actually prove your innocence. The only way you can really ultimately prove it is when you're voted off as a faithful. Now, Steve, it's a big risk to kill Jessie, obviously. Whatever he does is a risk, keeping her or removing her. But she's not going to let up. Stephen can also point to the fact that he's been set up. It's so obvious. Why would he have done it? A bit like with Rachel and Ross. Rachel's like, Ross, it's so obvious it has to be you. Stephen could say, everything was pinned on Ross. Now the traitors are doing it to me. Ross could point to Jane there. I'll get too many names. Stephen could point to the fact that Ellie was also in the library when Ben made the comments early in episode 2 or 3. But look at Ross if I'm killed, which Jesse's talking about. Ellie was there. Obviously, we know as viewers that Ellie and Ross are a couple, but players don't know that. It'd be such a bold move, but it would be too obvious. That could be Stephen's line of argument. He needs to get rid of Jessie. If Jessie was in any threat of getting banished, it'd be a much clearer argument to keep her in, but that's not going to happen. She's very likable. I don't believe she's ever had a vote at any of the several round tables that have happened. So that's not going to happen. The only way Jessie, God, get my names right in this video. Not usually this bad. I'm trying to do this really quickly on my lunch break. The only reason Jessie um, would be removed from the game is via murder. She's never going to get banished, or if she's left in the final two, if she thinks Rachel's a faithful, for example. Now you see James in the picture here. It's the final point for the video. Killing Jessie Stephen could also argue that it's James to survive one more round table at least. And that's because everyone in James's team, was it in episode 6, I think? Or was it episode 7? Sorry, episode 7, the Harriet episode. So in that team was Harriet, Adam, Sam, Jessie, and James. Now, Harriet's gone, faithful. Adam's gone, faithful. Sam's gone, faithful. If Jessie was then to go as a faithful, everyone would be like, it'd be very surprising if it was a team full of 5 faithfuls and there wasn't one traitor on that team. What else could they say? Everyone on that team knew who had the shields. The other teams didn't know. It was a potluck. It'd be too much of a risk. That's what Roxy said. Which there is a line of argument to that. But the traitors have just quite simply got lucky. They had a 1 in 3 chance basically, and they've just struck lucky. So that's why I think Stephen needs to just rewind that. Pour it in there at the end. That's why I think Stephen needs to get rid of Jessie. From Rachel's point of view, it's not as important. Jessie's not really onto Rachel. But Stephen and Rachel, it's quite nice as traitors, genuinely, at this point, to see that they're quite a team. It's also great viewing if they turn on each other. That probably will happen at some point. But what do you guys think? Do you think murdering Jessie in this game is too much of a bold move? Or do you agree with what I'm saying? If you don't agree with me, please let me know. Do you think they should kill Matthew or James, and your reasons why? Many thanks for watching all. All the best. Bye.